Hello, my name is Julie. Welcome to my channel. You're watching Treasures Made from Yarn, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make my small shell dishcloth. It's called the small shell. If you can see, my small shell is just 3 single crochets. Make up a shell, and each shell is done in the middle of the shell before that. So the little shells are on top of each other. So this one was made with this yarn. It is the We Love This yarn from Hobbii. And this one right here. There we are. This one right here was made with the peaches and cream. And with this has like a tweed type color going on, but it looks like we might prefer this with just a solid color. You can probably see the shell, the pattern come out more. Not that this doesn't look good too with color or some color. But in this tutorial, I'm going to try and make it with this Capri Echo Cotton. So, without further ado, let's get started. I am going to use a size G hook, and what we're going to do is make a chain of 34. Okay. Right. It says we're going to make a chain of 34. Or if you want to adapt this into a bigger project, like maybe like a blanket or something, you're going to want to make a number that's divisible by 3 plus 4, add 4 more. Or I suppose the number divisible by 3 plus 1. So we're going to do 34 in this case. So, just to let you know, this one, after I did my foundation chain, I worked in the back hump, and so we got this nice edge on the bottom. I did not do that for this one, so we got a slightly different edge, but it's okay. I mean, if you prefer this edge. Can work into the back hump of our foundation chain, or you can keep it on this side. It depends, it's up to you, but I'm going to work in the back hump. So in the second chain from hook, I don't know if you can see, that's the back hump there. We're going to do 1 single crochet. I know, back hump can be kind of, there we go, we got it. Now we are going to skip 1 chain there, and then we're going to do 3 chains in the next stitch. We're going to skip 2 chains, or the 2 humps, and then in the next one we're going to do 3 single crochets, and then we are going to repeat that across until we get to the end. And skip 2, 3 single crochets into the next stitch. Okay, so we have 3 chains left. We just did 3 single crochets, and we're just going to skip 2 single crochets and 1 single crochet into this last stitch. Chain 1 and turn. Now this next row, you're just going is a 1 row repeat. You're just going to repeat it this next row. So we just chained 1 and we turned, single crochet into the first single crochet. You're going to skip 1 single crochet and 3 single crochets into the next stitch, or no, this is our small shell. And if you can tell, we just put a small shell in the middle stitch of the small shell below that. So next we are going to skip 2 single crochets and 3 single crochets into the next stitch, or we're doing a little small shell on top of the small shell in the row below that. Again, skip 2 single crochets and 3 single crochets into the next stitch. Oh. And we're just going to repeat that across. Skip 2, 3 single crochets into the next stitch. Alright, so this is our last shell, so we're going to do skip 2 and do our 3 single crochets for our small shell. And this time right at the end we're just going to skip 1 single crochet and do a single crochet on the end. Chain 1 and turn, and just repeat the row you just did. And repeat that until you get the height you want. In this case, I ran out of yarn, but let's see how many rows I got here. Let's see if I can see better on the other side. Yeah, it's like 2, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So this has 21 rows. I ran out of yarn. I think I could have done 1 more row. Or 2, but I think it turns out fine. So you want to make this to the height you want of your dishcloth. So you kind of want it to make it look like a square. So you might want to use a tape measure and kind of measure along to make sure that it becomes a square. So yeah, we just repeat that 1 row until you get the length that you want. Okay, I have pretty much finished up my square. I have 22 rows, and it does measure about this went a little over 6.5 inches, or we can, that is 17 centimeters, and this way is also, yeah, it's about 17 centimeters that way. Also a little over 6.5 inches, so we are practically a perfect square. So now what we're going to do now, I don't know if you've noticed, I've decided to put a small shell border around. So you probably did not see this in the beginning of the video, but in the contrasting color I put this small shell border around this dishcloth, and I really like the contrasting color. So we are going to do that with, I got the Echo Cotton and this, that's olive, oh, it's a sage color. So we're going to do that for this. Alright, so I'm going to go back, and when we change colors, I'm going to finish up this last single crochet into our new color. Chain one, and we're going to turn this into this side. Okay, I'm going to cut off this yellow. Okay, now we chain one, and into this side, which is this single crochet here, we are going to put in 6 single crochets. As in our corners, we're going to have 6 single crochets. You know, we will fix that hole later with these ends. So about every, we had about, okay, so on this side we had 22 rows. So the ends will represent a row each. So we're going to put 10 small shells evenly across the side here, or about every 2 rows. We're going to put our small shell, which is 3 single crochets. We should have 10 of these along the side. So that's 2. Three. So we are kind of working our tail in. Nice, we have 10, not including our corner, 10 little shells on our side here, and then over in this corner we're going to do 6 single crochets for our corner. Now we're back along our bottom, so we're just going to put a shell. We're at, we're at our foundation row. We're just going to put a shell where there was a shell before. So there should be 10 of those. Yeah, see, working on the bottom side. Okay, and that is our 10th one. Alright, so we're back in this corner where there was a single crochet. We are going to do our 6 single crochets. And like before, like the other side, right, I'm just going to sew that one in later. Sew that tail in later. Again, like the other side, we're going to put 10 shells along the side of this dishcloth. Yep, we have 10 shells along this other side. So we're back to our final side, which was the side we were working on. 6 single crochets into this single crochet here. And then we do our little small shell into each top of each small shell. So like the established pattern. Okay, we are at the end and we're just going to join with the first single crochet, and then we're going to finish this off. Alright, where's our needle? Oh, it probably should have cut me a longer tail here. Back behind the next stitch and back so I said I need a longer tail. Back into that one, like almost looking like almost looks seamless. Okay, and this end, and next its tail came out. So I will finish that off, secure that in better. But yeah, I like how this border turned out. And there you have dishcloth. So I'm going to use the same sage color to finish, put a border on this one. There you have your small shell dishcloth. Obviously, again, you can adapt this to make something bigger, like if you want to make this into a blanket. I think this would make a very cute baby blanket. So if you did like this tutorial, please give it a like. Want to see more content like this? Please subscribe to my channel, and I want to thank you always for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.